Do you know the most feared demons in history? Have you ever felt an unexplained chill down your spine? That eerie sensation of being watched, even when you're alone? Well, it might not just be your imagination. Since the dawn of humanity, stories of dark and malevolent creatures have circulated among us. Today, we're going to explore the most feared demons in history. But I must warn you, some of these entities do not like being mentioned. If you're brave enough to continue, brace yourself, because what you're about to hear may haunt you tonight. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because we always bring you terrifying stories and hidden mysteries. And if you enjoy this kind of content, hit the like button so YouTube knows you want more videos like this. The word demon comes from the Greek daimon, which originally meant spirit or minor deity. But over the centuries, especially under the influence of Abrahamic religions, these beings came to be associated with evil, destruction, and the corruption of the human soul. Every culture has its own versions of these entities, but one thing is certain. People from all over the world seem to share stories of creatures from the darkness. But are these just myths, or is there some truth behind these legends? Let's begin our journey into the darkest corners of history. 2. Pazuzu, the Sumerian demon. In ancient times, the Sumerians feared a terrifying being known as Pazuzu. He was described as having a human body, eagle wings, sharp claws, and a grotesque head. He was known as the king of evil winds, bringing plagues, famine, and demonic possessions. If his name sounds familiar, it's because Pazuzu was depicted in the classic film The Exorcist. But is he merely a work of fiction? Or could some of these entities still be lurking in our world today? 3. Asmodeus, the demon of Dsyre. Imagine a being capable of corrupting human desires, destroying marriages, and spreading lust and sin. That is Asmodeus, the demon of desire. According to the Book of Tobit, he killed 7 husbands before their wedding night, preventing a woman named Sarah from finding happiness in love. Some say he still influences passionate hearts today. Have you ever felt an inexplicable passion, a desire that seemed impossible to control? Could he have been nearby? 4. Beelzebub, the lord of the flies. If you've ever been disgusted by a swarm of flies circling rotting flesh, know that in demonology, this scenario has a name. Beelzebub, the lord of the flies. Originally a Philistine deity, he was demonized over the centuries and is now considered one of the princes of hell. Some exorcism reports describe victims speaking in strange tongues and spitting out flies during rituals of deliverance. Coincidence, or a sign of his presence? 5. Lucifer, the fallen angel. Finally, we arrive at the most well-known of all, Lucifer, the light bearer. According to biblical texts, he was an angel of immense beauty and power, but his ambition led him to challenge God and be cast out of paradise, becoming the prince of darkness. Some sects see him as a symbol of freedom, while others claim he still works in the shadows, influencing the fate of humanity. But what do you think? Is he just a myth, or does he still exert influence over the world today? The power of demonic invocations. Did you know there are specific formulas to summon these beings? Some ancient grimoires describe detailed rituals to bring these entities into our world. But is it real or just superstition? Would you dare to try it? Or would you rather keep your distance from these dark forces? These were some of the most feared demons in history. But be careful. Sometimes, just speaking about them is enough to attract the unknown. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next mysteries.